This is still the lecture for Math 60, section 3.1 on graphing. We would normally do this in class and you guys would be supplying me with the answers, but because we have an issue with time, we won't be able to do that. So I'm going to have to go through it relatively quickly. So the directions here tell me to give the ordered pair for each of these letters. And of course I'm going to start with A and just write down the ordered pair. You really need to be able to do this, and this needs to be mastered. So let me just start with this. Every movement that I make has got to start at the origin. I have to move horizontally first, and then I have to move vertically. So to get to this point right here, I'm going to move to the left 7, which means a -7, and I don't move after that. I don't go up and down, so I go 0. And that's the ordered pair, -7, 0. To get to B, which is over here, I'm going to start at the origin. I move to the right 9, and then I move up 2. To get to C, just right over here, I'm going to move, well, I'm going to make sure I don't move this off the screen. For C, I'm going to move to the right 4, and I move down 5. For D, which is right over here, I don't move anyway on the horizontal, so I move 0 on the horizontal, but I move up 7. On E, which is right there, that's the origin, 0, 0. For F, he's over here. I start at the origin, I move 6 to the right, and I move down 1, 2, 3. For G, I'm right there. I move 2 to the right and 3 up. And for H, I don't move at all horizontally, but I do come down 6. And finally for I, which is over here, I'm going to go left to -6 and down to -4. And that's it. It's no more difficult than that. So you need, if I give you a point, you need to tell me the ordered pair. The next thing that we're going to do is I'm going to give you the ordered pair, and you're going to have to give me the point. And again, I'm going to be doing this. Find the following points. Also name which quadrant the point is in. So for this first guy, -1, 3, I'm going to start here. I go -1 and +3. So it's 1, 2, 3. Here's the point. And it is in quadrant 1, 2. For B, I don't move at all horizontally, but I do go up 4. When your point lands on an axis, it's in no quadrant, so you can't answer the question. So you can say something like on the y-axis, Not, maybe you can say not in any quadrant. Don't say anything like undefined, and don't say null set. For C, again, I start at the origin. I move to the right 2, and I move down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's C. And that quadrant is 1, 2, 3, 4. And when you write your quadrants, you really should write them using Roman numerals. This is the origin, which is right here, and that does not have a quadrant, so I'll just say it's the origin. For E, I'm going to move to the left 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's E. And that quadrant is quadrant number 2. For F, 3 to the right, and don't move at all. And again, that is not in a quadrant. It's on an axis. It's on the x-axis. X-axis. On G, start at the origin, move to the left 2, left 2, and down 2. So I'm right here. This is G. And that quadrant 1, 2, 3. For H, move to the right 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to move up to 6, which is right here. And that's my H. And that's in quadrant 1. For I, I'm going to move to the left 1 and down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's I. And he's in the third quadrant. 0, -6. I don't move at all horizontally, but I do go down to 6. And that's J. And no quadrant, so I'm just going to say that it's on the y-axis. That's good enough. For K, I'm going to move to the right 5, and I'm going to move down 2. And he is in quadrant number 4. And finally for L, I'm going to move to the left 2 and not move at all after that. So this is L. He is not in any quadrant. He's on the x-axis. I guess I should label this x, negative x, y, negative y. And so let me just tell you that he's on the x-axis. And there you have it. So here's your homework. Make sure that you read the directions carefully, and it will be due at our next meeting. I hope you enjoyed this. I sure did.